Hello everyone, and welcome back to another Hearthstone deck spotlight. My name is Tommy Wave, and today we'll be taking a look at Elementalcore100's Even Warlock. Comes to us over from Hearthstone, and it also includes a full guide here, including a nice little video that they've done. So if you actually have some... if you want to pick up this deck, if you want to get onto the ladder with Even Warlock, which is a very good ladder deck, go check out their video after you finish watching this one, of course. Go check out the video, read their guide, get some advice there, because mulligan guides, general game plans, always really helpful, and I really appreciate Elementalcore100 for putting in that extra effort that they have. If you haven't seen Even Warlock before, like I said, it's a pretty powerful ladder deck. It's a very strong mid-range deck, possibly one of the strongest mid-range decks that we've seen. Focuses on being Even Warlock, which means we're playing Gen Greymane. So if our deck contains only even cost cards, our starting hero power costs 1, which means that we can start tapping from turn 1, preferably when we want to tap for a couple of turns. Our most powerful play is going to be Mountain Giant on turn 3 or 4, depending on if we have the coin or not. But we really hit our stride in that kind of turn 4, 5, 6, where we're dropping Mountain Giants. We've got these big-bodied minions, Shroom Brewers, effective removal with Lesser Amethyst Spellstone, huge Twilight Drakes because we've been tapping so much, and really aims to kind of bully the opponent with all these big-bodied minions in those kind of turns. The great thing is we also have some late game plans with a Lich King, with Blood Reaver Gul'dan. Gul'dan in particular is a card that really can win some matchups on its own. Which is fantastic, and the rest of the deck is kind of a supporting cast of either just good bread and butter minions or spells, and also tech cards. This is a deck that really is quite fortunate in that it can play so many different little packages for, you can play Demonic Project if you want to tech against combo decks. You can play Gnome-Feratu, you can play more Doomsays, you can play more Acidic Swamp Oozes. You can really make this deck, you can tweak it towards a certain matchup, which is really good. If you're on that ladder and you keep coming up against a million odd paladins, chuck a couple of extra Doomsayers in there, see if that fixes the matchup. Maybe get some more Spellbreakers in there, maybe cut the Spellbreakers, etc, etc. So Elementalcore100 has gone for 1 Acidic Swamp Ooze, 1 Doomsayer, 1 Mossy Horror, 1 Skulking Geist as the kind of tech for this list, so we'll see how well those go. And other than that, it's all a pretty typical Even Warlock affair. If you want some more of my thoughts on Even Warlock, plenty of other videos on the deck on the channel, so definitely go check those out. But I think we'll just jump into some games, and we'll try and get some advice from Elementalcore100's guide over here, and maybe we'll get some wins. Okay, up against a mage, we have our Mountain Giant. It's going to be very good. I think we'll keep the Twilight Drake as well. A nice follow-up. Toasts is wild, right? The wild Knife Juggler deck? Is it? It must be, because I think it has Possessed Villager. Is one of the combo pieces. Think you're gonna craft Genna, maybe Hagatha. You're gonna do some dirty Even Shaman stuff. That is very odd. I mean, it's going to get some damage in and gain them some armor. Oh, look at this Hellfire. So it's big spell, but they're just got a bit of a tempo start. I mean, this might actually be good for us because it's going to might actually be good for us because it's going to get us low so we can deploy these Hooked Reavers, like, maybe pumped up. Oh, the whole team's here. Is this the default mage build? Big spells? Not exactly. I think the default, I think the expected mage build right now would be tempo. Any idea of the cost of Suranoia? You get 20 Witchwood packs with him. I actually haven't... There's something on the front page right now on the launcher about Suranoia, but I haven't checked it out. Mortals. Does the changes to Mana Worm just wreck Tempo Mage? I mean, that's the main deck that it affects. Does it make Tempo Mage bad? I don't think so. I think Tempo Mage has got a lot going for it. Oh, Meteor! I think Tempo Mage has got a lot going for it. I think there are some smart people out there who will definitely figure it out pretty quick. What did they do in Mana Worm? You didn't watch the Tommy update yet? Ugh, how dare you. It better be in your watch later on YouTube. But yeah, Mana Worm, they're changing from 1 mana to 2 mana. Giggling Inventor, they're changing to 7 mana. And the other change probably isn't relevant to you. So they do have a Blizzard in hand, but we have a Shroom Brewer that might go towards these, might go on our face, unsure. Woven. And just go for Mossy Horror. Meteor placement. I guess this is kind of correct because they can't, like, Meteor ping and they, whatever. It might be correct. Where's the other Blizzard?
The end is coming. Your magic shall not save you.
Draw last lol. Yeah, I think we want to keep one thing hit nice and healthy rather than try and balance two things. Especially if they flip a like a Blizzard off, or a high mana spell off a Dragon's Fury. Like if they flip a Meteor here, then we'd rather have healed the Mountain Giant than have healed the Hooked Reaver. The Hooked Reaver. The other Dragon's Fury. Could we have ordered this better? Like, could we have given the Shroom Brewer taunt on its own? No. Alright. Polymorph. Sweet. Alright. Now I'm feeling pretty good about playing a Lich King, considering we know the other Polymorph is in their deck.
Warriors of the fogs and wastes.
Death and Decay. There's Jaina.
Fear those who wield it.
Okay. So we can Death and Decay and Spellstone. 7 mana. So I guess we can fit a tap in. We can make their Meteor worse as well. Still lethal on the board. Another Death and Decay. That's pretty good. Now we've got a bit of reach with this Hellfire and Death and Decay. Seems fair that card can snowball. Yeah, I mean, I think... Oh, that's really good. Does they gain a life off of this? That's also pretty good. But I think we want to remove this. Biatao. We can Hellfire, Death and Decay. Puts them on 2. Can even tap to try and find like a Plated Beetle or a Sun Fury Protector. Maybe putting ourselves on 4 is 3 Death Decays. Well, maybe putting ourselves on 4 is a bit too much. This game is tense, yeah. I'm trying to think, like, most big spell mages don't play like fireballs and such things. Keysmith. Okay, so even if it's counterspell, we can just go Defile, Death and Decay. We should have this game. Here comes the Fireball. Most big spell mages don't play Fireball. They really just run like a one of they really just run like a couple of polymorphs or something because they want to make sure their Dragon's Furies are as big as possible. We got there.
For Doomhammer.
All right,
Your soul shall be
we're here
mine.
up against the Shaman. So probably some form of control deck. So if we look over to the Hearthstone guide, Elemental Core recommends keeping things like Mountain Giant, Twilight Drake, Acidic Swampoos, Skulking Geist, so some of those tech cards in their specific matchup. But we don't have any of those, and I think we do want to do the full mulligan and hit those Mountain Giants. Really test if our opponent has the Hex or the Volcano.
We have turned our curse into our strength.
If we go over to if we jump over to HS Replay, nice, exactly what we want. So play this nice and early, follow up with a Twilight Drake. If we jump over to HS Replay and look at the mulligan win rates for a lot of these even Warlock decks, those high win rate cards are Mountain Giant, Vulgar Homunculus, Defile and Lesser Amethyst Spellstone, which I think is quite interesting. And tap again, and then next turn we're going to draw a card, so we'll have 10 in hand, so this Mountain Giant will cost 3. So let's see if they have the Hex. We could have tried to maybe like tempt them with like a Twilight Drake or something like that, but nope. Okay, Mountain Giant is getting in there, unless they drew a Hex off one of the far sides. Mountain Giant ain't getting in there. But we'll definitely have a nice, huge Twilight Drake. Big booty on that baby. Mondays Unite and Queer Festival Tuesday. Wednesday is GCAP, Thursday is the Film Victoria Lunch and Ice Cream Social. Friday to Sunday's packs. Friday to Sunday packs. And negatives on Sunday as well. Well, they had the volcano. It's pretty good for them. Ooh, what did we shred? Oh, we got an Earth Shock out of their hand. That's good, because that probably would have come down to either ruin our Doomsayer or ruin our Hook Reaver. It's definitely Shutterwalk. We might have to kind of put our foot down here. Start getting aggressive. Especially we don't have Gul'dan or anything. It's a busy week. You're really anxious about it? You got this. I don't know what you're worrying about. Like, you are one of the most talented people. Damn, okay, we've really got to put our foot down. You're one of the most talented people that I know. So you 100% have this on lock.
I wonder.
How dare you? Nah, you've got this. I heard that your talk, your presentation went quite well. Agatha, really? Oh. Tell you what, that Hemet in Shutterwalk, pretty gas. Also, speaking of gas, of the frozen wastes, rise. Show me the Death Grip. Just Death Grip a Shutterwalk. Straight out of the deck. Though interestingly, if they shredded the Zola, that severely reduces their power level.
Shields up.
IG Serenity. Help. Hello? Do you want help or do you want to say hello? Either way, thank you for tuning in. We're just playing some Even Warlock. A deck comes to us from Elementalcore100. We're up against Shutterwalk, and they've had a pretty tidy draw, I would say. They've had the right answers. They had an early Hemet, which really put the pressure on us to try and get the game done, but it's not looking good for the home team.
I wonder. This curse has become our greatest
I hate my ISP so laggy. That is truly unfortunate. I know a couple of people have been having issues with the stream. That's really bad. Doesn't come back to our Gul'dan either. I mean, we can silence it, get some more damage in. They have lethal on the board now.
Lightning can strike twice.
Interesting. So now if we silence it, it can attack. Defile. What does Defile do for us? Don't think it does much.
So many possibilities.
Your magic shall not save you.
Almost out of time.
I can't do it. Can't do it, team. I don't think I can do it.
Victory for Gilbert! The end is coming! I'm almost out of cards.
I don't know. Could we have gotten the Defile off there? I was trying to do the math and I just couldn't figure it out because they had a 6, a 7, we had a 5. We needed to set up a 4 and a 1 and a 2. I don't think we could have. I'm trying to figure out how we could have set up a 2. I think the only way would have been a Spellbreaker into the Dread Infernal, and we don't have a 6 on board. Yeah. And then we needed to... I ran out of time, so we couldn't figure out what we needed to trade into, but... Oh, that was going to be a tough one. I imagine they had to have had Shutterwalk even in their hand as well, so... I think we were pretty dead on that one, but... If you figured it out, if you're watching this on YouTube and you figured out how we could have got that Defile off, let me know, because I'm very keen on finding out. Let's try and get another... Okay, here with the mirror.
Your soul shall be mine. I am your nightmare.
So this is really interesting, because if it's the mirror, obviously we want to get out ahead of our opponent. But if they're on Zoo, then we really want the Hellfire. So I think I'm going to hedge. I'm going to keep the Hellfire. Impromptu board clear Boomsday challenge for the viewers in the back. Yeah. Okay, so this hand's not great, but we've got a couple of taps to hopefully get there. And if our opponent is on Zoo, hopefully they don't have a really quick start, or maybe we can pick up like a Doomsayer or a Defile.
We have turned our curse into our
True
strength.
mirror. Ugh. Y'all know how I feel about mirrors. Not confident at all. Gonna go for another tap here. I don't feel good about this hand. Especially if our opponent has a turn, a Mountain Giant next turn. Okay. It's possible we should have gone for the Plated Beetle and saved the Homunculus for any Spellstones that might crop up. But yeah, hopefully that's a good selection of decks for you. Go for the Spellbreaker here. Start getting in some damage. Yeah, let's go for that.
Shall not save
I like it. A little bit of pressure. Oof, okay, that's pretty bad. Definitely wish we had the Spellbreaker for that. But we come back with our own Drake, so...
Die, mage.
Get some damage in there. If they've got Hooked Reavers, we are going to turn their Hooked Reavers on, but... Ooh, was that off the top as well? We can kill everything, right? With Hellfire. That leaves the Mountain Giant up. We'd have to double trade.
Die, mage.
Shields up.
Okay. Tommy Wave, did you cheer 2200 bits? Is this for the HCT thing? Also, what's up, Prophecy?
Your
Good to see you.
magic shall not save you.
Oh no, they had the Spellbreaker. Hellfire? Okay. Okay. Hooked Reaver time. Get a golden plastic pack 2200 as the last community bonus. Nice to see. I haven't done it yet. Can we still do it? And is the and are they streaming right now? Okay. Wonder what's happening here. What's our opponent's game plan? I don't think Deval's going to be too useful until November. Awesome. Yeah, I'll definitely next time they're on, I'll jump in and cheer some bits and crack the pack on next time I can stream. Thanks for giving me the heads up. I really appreciate that. September 17th through November 4th. And if you're watching this video on YouTube, you should definitely check that out. That's what we wanted to hopefully bait out there, so we can get a good Lich King out. Vulgar Homunculus, huh? Do we just want to go for Mossy Horror? Like Moss tap? We're gonna tap anyway. Anytime, no worries. But yeah, if you it's HGG, that's it. Oh my gosh. Oh, the Frozen Wastes. Oof. Definitely a lot of Warriors of the Frozen Wastes rising lately.
So many possibilities.
I have a great way of removing this thing. Play the Swampers in case they have their own Mossy Horror, so we don't lose both of our thing. Here's a question. Do you need to cheer while they are live? That is probably a question that's answered in the FAQs. But I asked the same question myself. Yes! Let's land our Lich King now.
Warriors of the
Frozen Wastes.
Shields up.
Doom Pact. You cheer anytime. Excellent. Hellfire. They've already played both spell sets, right? Another Hellfire. I do want to hit my Gul'dan early.
Your magic shall not sing.
Like, we can potentially go deeper on fatigue than our opponent, as long as we hit our Gul'dan earlier. Oh, Siphon Soul. That's sick. That's real sick. Mushroom Brewer. Okay. Twilight Drake, hey? Maybe we should have just gone for the Geist and the Twilight Drake. Jen, what is going on? Ooh. Doomsday Dread. So they definitely have Gul'dan. 100%. Have they played both Hellfires? Have we played both Hellfires? We've only played one. We can't go to 2. Because if, like, oh no, even then, if they Gul'dan, it depends how many things they bring back with the Gul'dan. And if we have to mill our whole deck with this Doom Pact. No, so we should be able to do it and not die. We can, like, Doom Pact, Twilight Drake, mills 3, so we have 1 card left in our deck. They hit us for 3. Then we can, like, Gul'dan, try and recover. Okay, we milled the Hellfire, which is definitely a positive. It's not morning though. He ground up bits really fast. Proxy, you've been watching some ads. Ah, they had the second. They had the second Infernal. Close game there. I mean, next turn we get to play Gul'dan and start trying to recover a little bit. Like, we get a board. It's on our opponent to answer the board. Got a couple of taunts in there as well. So, oh, I was not expecting that second Dread Infernal. But well, we tried to play it to the best of our abilities. I think that turn we played the second Mountain Giant was the one we should have just gone for Twilight Drake, Skulking Geist. I think that should have been the plan. But, oh well. GG's. Okay, we are here with Elementalcore100's Even Warlock. Played a couple of games with it. Honestly, they were all really close. Even the games that we lost, you know, it's all part of learning the deck, and we're definitely not an Even Warlock master. But I think the deck that Elementalcore100 has brought to us today has a lot of really interesting tech choices. It's a very strong deck. You know, those turn 3, turn 4 Mountain Giants are still really good. And I think it's got a lot of good crafts here. You know, Blood Reaver Gul'dan, Gen Greymane, Lich King, all fantastic cards. Particularly Lich King and Gen Greymane. They go in so many different decks. And Gul'dan goes in basically every Warlock deck. So Lots of very good crafts here, definitely dust well spent. And not much that I'd really change with the list. I'd love to try out some of the other lists that are playing a couple of Swamp Oozers, no Doomsayers, maybe get the second Dread Infernal in here, some of that stuff. But ultimately, big thanks to Elemental Core 100. Go check them out. If you are watching this video on YouTube, all the links are down in the description, including a link over to that Hearthstone deck article that I mentioned. So go check that out, and all my links are down there as well, including a link over to Twitter. It's the best place to catch me, at Tommy_Wave. And until next time, please stay safe, stay wavy. Bye. I hope you enjoyed that video. Check out other ones over here, or come subscribe to the Wave Pool for more excellent times.